Hello there, Commonwealth from here. With the Tears of the Kingdom first anniversary well behind us, let's go over some recent news stories regarding the game with a big exclusive at the end. You definitely don't want to miss it, so be sure to watch, leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell. Our big story is the translation of more of the published Masterworks pages so far, another taste of what to expect when this book finally drops at the end of August. The particular section is a translation coming from Zelda Universe's staff member Raina Proctor on behalf of Zelda Universe, who spent several days after the publication of the pages trying to get as accurate a translation as possible, focusing on the designer's note and secret file of the pages shared thus far. The first ties to the appearance and decision behind Zelda's big chop in the interwar years, designer's note. At the time of the preview that announced Princess Zelda's short hair, I was excited to see everyone's reaction. Since we were turning over a new leaf, we had to give the impression of a new story/beginning, right? In the last game, the princess had an elegant image. In this work, we aim for a lively and more approachable design. For the drafts, we tried various hairstyles, but considering the length completely changed the image while preserving the original hair volume, the current design began to naturally take shape. The added hooded cloak can withstand hard cave exploration that is a thick material. In fact, we reference the design of Zelda's father's, the King of Hyrule's robe from the last game. Please look for it. End quote. Seeing the alternative designs, there are some good hairdos, but overall I would say they went with the most regal option. With that said, I have no idea how the Karen speak to the manager look was even considered, though it is definitely hilarious. Onto the translated secret file regarding the depths on the Hyrule Castle, or more specifically, the original plan. Quote, secret file. The business memo about the structure on the Hyrule Castle was drawn to be shared among the staff members. Sealed Ganondorf and the castle, the location of the cave Zelda and Link walked through in the opening scene, the mural room, and the large malice purifying pillars extending from Hyrule Castle, etc. are established details that are drawn. End quote. Naturally, the descent down to Ganondorf is extremely lengthy and by all means a final dungeon in itself, to the point that the blue circle in the memo indicates that this section is Raru's Temple of Light. Raru's own space, much like Minoru's, which we never got to explore as Link. Much like in the case of the original Hyrule Castle, we only saw its interiors through Zelda's memories and dragon tears. I've said it before, but the closest we have ever gotten to the Temple of Light is the Temple of Time in Twilight Princess. The best way of considering this is that the Zelda team deliberately turned this area into a ruinous state, masking the true purpose of this area prior to the imprisoning wall. Not so different to how the Forgotten Temple once was just a storage locker for the remaining Zonai secret stones, but then at some point after said conflict became the key shrine to Hylia, covering and hiding the former storage facility and even the map of the Dragon Tears, that is to say its expanded section that was built after Zelda became the spiritual light dragon with the Master Sword in the sky. Either way, we'll focus far more on Masterworks as new pages will be made available and eventually the entire book later on this summer. But now let's get over to the 1-year anniversary messages from series producer Eiji Aonuma and game director Hidemaru Fujibayashi. Specifically to the readers of the biggest Nintendo magazine still in circulation, Japan's Nintendo Dream. Here are the most interesting fragments. Quote, producer Eiji Aonuma. A lot of people around me talk fondly about how they have been playing this game for a long time, and I'm really happy that we were able to create a game that people can play like that. Zelda is a long-running series. Taking advantage of the experience gained from this work, I hope everyone will continue to enjoy it. I want to make more games, so hope you look forward to them. Thank you to everyone who played The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. End quote. Needless to say, series producer Eiji Aonuma is definitely not done with this franchise yet. Now over to game director Hidemaru Fujibayashi's greeting. Quote, the fact that people have been playing Tears of the Kingdom for such a long period of time provides the development team/staff with irreplaceable motivation. Thank you very much. Even if you have played the game once, you'll be able to learn much more by playing the game again. Tears of the Kingdom is designed so that you can discover things you didn't notice during the first playthrough, and even the same scenes and lines will look different. To all of you, thank you for your interest in Tears of the Kingdom. End quote. A long path towards the next Zelda game awaits, but with Masterworks revealing more secrets from the Zelda team about Tears of the Kingdom, we no doubt have still much to look forward to later this year. Now onto the big LEGO Zelda announcement since we were so close to a Tears of the Kingdom memory set, oh so close. Since Link and Zelda in Breath of the Wild were never together under the Deku Tree, but rather pushing and pulling the Master Sword 100 years apart in the same location. The Great Deku Tree 2-in-1 set with 2,500 pieces is massive and even has the house, a hookshot, and very slingshot of the Hero of Time, hence the $300 price. Though I still wish they added a little extra. All that was required was the following. A new Lego wig piece for Link and Zelda, much like the Hero of Time, has a happy and more serious expression, and naturally, maybe add also the Purah Pad. After all, they were only together in Korok Forest in the lead up to Tears opening and to pull the Master Sword in Age of Calamity. Though in Age, Link didn't have the champion tunic yet, as it was before the ceremony at Hyrule Castle. It could have been so balanced. But still, we should buy Lego Zelda, also that potential future Tears of the Kingdom sets, like say Lookout Landing designed by Octane Thermoplastic, could turn into reality, or Great Sky Island. But speaking of the founder of the only new settlement in Tears of the Kingdom, let's end with an exclusive interview with the anonymous creators of the most ambitious Tears of the Kingdom fan project to date. There's an emotional story behind this, because as you may all know, I lost my father back in October last year, while this creator is dedicating this project to none other than
my mother. I'm making it for my mother, who passed away some years ago now, as this is a dedication to her for all the years that she let me pursue all of the art that I wanted to do in life, and how much she let me love video games growing up.
Absolutely, and I think Playable Zelda is a very fitting tribute in this sense. But it's not just Playable Zelda. You're actually replacing Link in a lot of the cutscenes. It's like a role swap, right?
The whole idea behind it wasn't just playing dress up. It is that you get to play as Zelda, so changing everything from the pronouns to the way that people treat her. So understanding the character as the Princess of Hyrule, so people will treat her with the reverence that she respects.
Okay, so you're also changing kind of the dialogue of the NPCs and the interaction. Does this apply as well to the main quest?
Yes. So the basic overview of the main quest will be changed, and the person working mostly on those sorts of dialogue changes is a wizard at maintaining the lore, making sure that everything feels cohesive, that, the unnecessary changes don't happen.
But it ties to present times, right? It's not giving us a chance to play as Zelda in the distant past.
The knock-on effect of what would happen if their roles were changed. So with Link being in the past, he goes through obviously a very similar role, as we can't do too much in the way of changing the way that cutscenes work yet, all things in good time. With the way that her role is changed, it's not the exact same as she just goes through the motions, so we've had to make some changes to the idea of time travel in this case, just slightly, in order to make that work. I think one of the key points will be altering the way that some of the dialogue is given with characters like Impa. So we're going to be expanding through dialogue the way that those characters interact and tell that story.
I know that you originally had an aim to release this before the first anniversary of Tears of the Kingdom, but it seems like the project has grown in scale, and as a result you need a little bit more time, right?
We had originally planned to have everything done and in a beta, get everything out for people to start playing and testing and coming back to us and that sort of stuff before the first anniversary. But unfortunately, as tools have changed, we've sort of grown in scope. We want to be able to add more and give the best experience.
So you would consider this kind of the DLC we never got for Tears of the Kingdom, correct?
Yes. So as you said before, I'm very much in the same boat of I wanted to know what happened in the past. I wanted to experience a Zelda story from the perspective of Zelda. Again, she's been one of my favorite characters, and again, she was my mother's, so it makes sense. But the relegating of memories and not really getting to do anything with her in the present, has really driven this the whole cycle that's happening here.
This is a very ambitious project already, so close from release, and especially before even the launch of the next Nintendo system. So thank you so much for taking your time, detailing a little bit more about this project, what seems to be a true tribute to your mother and what we didn't get from Princess Zelda in this game.
The only person I ever hoped likes it would have been her, and so I'm making sure that it's the best that she would have loved, and I hope that everybody else enjoys it too. And thank you so much.